Sunday of the year 2024 and the very first edition of Sunday Rendezvous in this new year. Good evening, everyone, and I say Happy New Year to you once again. It is my pleasure to welcome you on board. In our kitty tonight, a nice blend and well-packaged stories to spice up your evening and help you relax as you begin a new week. It was a splendid display of culture and tradition as the Enugu community, as a group of age mates, transited to the final level of their age grade. Did you remember the age-long biblical saying that a prophet is without honor in his own town? Well, that saying seems to have been defiled by the people of Achi community in Oji River as they welcomed one of their illustrious sons in grand style. Now, how does it sound to you, or rather, how do you feel when you hear that a child of 5 years was given out in marriage? Well, that sounds strange, but it actually happened, as you get to know about this in one of our reports tonight. And that's not all. We have more in the offing. Do not forget that you can watch us live on our YouTube channel at NTA Enugu, and we begin with the hard news segment. 260 schools fully equipped with modern learning facilities, as well as 260 Type 2 primary healthcare centers will be built to tackle poverty and promote investment in critical areas of the state. Governor Peter Mba gave this assurance while interacting with newsmen over his administration's resolve to fully implement the 2024 budget. Chika Ugu reports.
The governor told reporters that he was particularly interested in creating a conducive environment for the development and growth of businesses, especially small and medium enterprises. The 2024 budget, which he stressed will be largely funded by internally generated revenue, will address the precarious situation in the country occasioned by the removal of fuel subsidy.
The 414 billion, we're doing a number of radical things that we believe will impact the civil servants, impact on their livelihood, but also impact on their well-being. We're going to be building 260 smart schools. What that translates to is that the civil servant will no longer have a need to look for money to send their children to private schools.
He called on state workers to rise to the challenge by complementing government's efforts, ensure prompt payment of tax, and protect public utilities. Earlier, the governor, accompanied by his deputy and top government officials, attended a mass celebrated by Government House chaplain, Reverend Father Anthony Ude, to pray for the progress and peace of the state. In Enugu, Chika Ugu, NTA News.
If there is proper implementation of the appropriation law and unbiased oversight by the legislators, Enugu State is up to experience economic prosperity in 2024. This was also the submission of some Enugu residents while assessing Governor Peter Mba's 521.65 billion naira 2024 budget, tagged Budget of Disruptive Economic Growth. Chimaroke Ugu reports.
The 521.6 billion naira 2024 budget recently approved and passed into law by the Enugu State House of Assembly. Some analysts in Enugu say is a commendable initiative that testifies Governor Peter Mba's unwavering focus on eradicating poverty through aggressive enhancement of education and public health system, as well as ambitious plan to increase the state's internally generated revenue. They maintain that prioritizing these key areas.
Budget is what gives hope for development. And just like this year's budget, I think it's a good one. Priority to education. Enugu State is not an oil producing state as of now, because it's a state where people tend to have confidence in the school system.
Everywhere in Enugu now, work is going on simultaneously. My own street is a witness. So many streets in Enugu now is turning a new look. He's the first governor of Enugu State that I've seen that giving education over 30%. He has talked about smart school. He was talking about one ward, one hospital.
Others, however, argued that the proposed disruptive increase in taxes and fees for increased revenue generation may advertently create challenges for entrepreneurs and businesses, thereby hindering economic growth and increasing the existing poverty situation in the state.
So people should not complain of the high tax they are paying. If you are getting the value of your money, you won't complain.
We're interested in the Ministry of Budget and the legislator engaging in budget monitoring, because budget monitoring is very, very important.
Enugu residents are optimistic that with proper alignment between revenue production and policy direction, while also prioritizing the needs and well-being of the people, Enugu State will experience drastic growth and development in all sectors. In Enugu, Chimaroke Ugu, NTA News.
We'll take a break here. The other side of Sunday Rendezvous comes shortly. Do stay. Welcome back. The age-long biblical saying that a prophet is without honor only in his hometown, among his relatives, and in his household was defiled by the people of Ahaniachi community in Oji River local government area of Enugu State, who trooped out en masse for a grand reception in honor of their son, Honorable Manfred Nzekwe. Matthew Amoke was at the event for Sunday Rendezvous.
The epoch-making occasion, organized by Ahaniachi progressives, saw a gathering of who is who in the community and beyond. Traditional rulers and political associates joined the entire Ahaniachi community to receive in grand style Honorable Tony Manfred Nzekwe, an illustrious son of the soil, in the first of its kind event in the community. It was a token of the people's appreciation to the NAFDAC mayor for his immeasurable contribution to the community and mankind in general.
During his time that he was serving in government, Honorable Tony Manfred has been very strong supporter of our community in terms of service delivery, in terms of infrastructure.
A good brother, full of everything, great love for his community in particular, and the entire local government and the Enugu State in general.
At the event, Honorable Nzekwe was symbolically decorated by the progressives as an icon of development amidst homage by other groups.
On you as a symbol for your service to our community.
Tributes by guests applauded Honorable Nzekwe's contribution to society and his selfless leadership and mentorship style.
We are celebrating him for his achievements and for what he has been able to do for the good people of Enugu State, Oji River and Ashton in particular.
The people are receiving him. They are trying to rejoice with him for a good job, well done.
When he was serving as a first minister, he came to our graduate house day. He presented trophy to our school. He did a lot in my school. My prayer is that he will live long and see more of this.
The highly overwhelmed man of the people was visibly emotional for the show of love and brotherhood by his community and promised to keep serving them.
I am highly overwhelmed in what I saw today. I am highly touched. I never knew that my people had this kind of love for me. Seeing that in my life I am born to serve my people and stand by them. And my people were happy with me. I am highly pleased.
Different dance troupes and masquerades graced the occasion.
Giving honor to whom honor is due there. Good leadership begets good followership, which transcends to growth and development of any society. So it was for the people of Ihekwenu Aku, local government area of Enugu State, as they joined their traditional ruler, His Royal Highness Igwe Christopher Okwo, in a Thanksgiving Mass at St. Gregory Catholic Church, Aku. Chimaroke Ugu witnessed the tripartite celebration of the community.
His Royal Highness Igwe Christopher Okwo joined by family, friends, and the people of Ihekwenu Ako to thank God for numerous things, especially the good fellowship, peace, and prosperity enjoyed in the community. The parish priest at St. Gregory Catholic Church likened His Royal Highness Igwe Christopher to the Holy Family in the Bible that sustains good relationship with the entire village.
When you see how organized the family look like, then you know it's a family that works together, a family that prays together, a family that dialogues together, a family that respects each other.
According to the royal family, it is a tripartite celebration. The traditional ruler attributed the success in leadership to the support and the cordial relationship existing among the people.
My people are good followers because they find me a good leader. I'm saying that my people will have more peace. There will be progress.
I'm very, very grateful to God because I've never dreamt of having this type of mansion in my life. But this place we are now is a miracle.
Igwe is still in control of his community and people love him so. We're looking. You can see that there is peace everywhere.
Notable persons at the event reaffirmed the peace and unity enjoyed by the community. According to them, the traditional ruler has continued to enjoy the backings of his people, which has brought peace and development in the community.
We have peace in my community. We are grateful that this house is standing here, and it's a mark of success.
He's known as a very sincere person, a God-fearing man, a man that believes in justice.
The birthday of the Lolo and the opening of Igwe's house added color to the event.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you give me the ass?
Indeed, a colorful tripartite celebration there. Now, the age-long cultural practice of age-grade system is associated mainly with the Igbos in the southeast Nigeria. In line with culture, a group of age mates transited to the final level of Agua for age grade in Enugu community in Enugu East local government area of Enugu State. Matthew Amoke reels out the moments of the event.
It was a beautiful cultural display, the transition to re-adulthood by the Udemba age grade in Enugu Nike community. The age grade system is a highly revered cultural practice in the town, characterized by 4 layers: Egu Noha, Egu Eshi, Egu Oho, and finally the adult layer, where an age grade takes a unique name, which they will bear till eternity.
Age grade in our own community is a foundation where people, young men, come in to become an adult. Recognition of young men as adults, so that they now can receive title, they can now marry, they can now, in fact, get into community leadership.
It is a tradition passed to our generation, which we have decided to hold tenaciously onto, and we believe we are going to pass it down to the next generation.
Commending members of Udemba age grade for holding tenaciously to their cultural identity, guests also advised them to be icons and agents of development.
They should be a product of progress and prosperity in their own community. They should be a symbol of unity to their people.
Now that we are losing our young people into different things, it is important that we bring them together so that they form an alliance of competition.
The high point of the event is the pronouncement of the chosen name of the transiting age grade by the eldest man in the community, flanked by the Oha Council. Some members of the age grade react.
I will promise Ugogonike community that we do everything within our reach to make sure that we bring peace, understanding that is in this village, that we make sure that it come back. That is the goal of this village.
We noticed at some point that we have a fragmentation in the village. Some age grades are not in unity. So we resolved to go into reconciling those age grades.
Many have been expecting a day like today, and thank God it has come to pass. Because it is the will of God that the number of my age are now transiting from the normal foundational age grade to now an end grade that has name.
Like most Igbo traditional events, the Ijele masquerade appears to cap the ceremony.
It's indeed an age-long cultural practice. And in almost all tribes and religions in Nigeria, it is not just barbaric to see or hear of child marriage where a child is given out in marriage at the age of 5. And so, when it happens and becomes trending in the social media space, it becomes quite surprising that it was in a community in Bayelsa State. Worried by this story, which is said to be reincarnation child marriage, the state government not just condemned it, but is taking steps to rescue the child and deal decisively with all the key actors according to extant laws, as the conduct is said to be repugnant to natural justice, equity, and good conscience. Ebinimi Zitomiola takes the story up from here.
Child Rights Act 2003 domesticated and Bayelsa State in 2016, among other fundamental human rights, provides for the right to survival, parental care and protection from abuse, molestation, exploitation, and child marriage, among others. Sadly, these rights are sometimes violated by the same group of people who are supposed to not only nurture and instill good moral values in these children, but also to protect them from abuse. This was the case of a minor, a 4-year-old, who was reportedly given out for marriage to a 54-year-old man in a Kede community in Sagbama local government area of Bayelsa State. It was, however, gathered that the marriage, which was carried out in the full glare of the public in line with cultural beliefs, is said to be a symbolic ceremony aimed at saving the life of the minor who, according to them, was betrothed to the same man in her earlier life as a maiden, but was separated by death.
In the course of investigation, we discovered that, according to the recounts from the community, that when the child is brought close to the man, the child recovers. So we are thinking, what level of proximity? How close?
Agreeably, culture is a way of life of a people, but between belief systems and natural and state law, what are the implications of the supposed child marriage as enshrined by the Child Rights Law and Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
A child like that lacks consent, lacks the capacity to give consent over an illegal celebration as such. So as a state, we condemn the act.
While the Constitution protects freedom of belief, you are allowed to believe whatever you like to believe. That's what the law says. We have freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. However, when that belief translates into conduct, and that conduct is prohibited by law, then the penal circumstances have been activated, and the criminal consequences will ensue.
The incident, which is trending on the social media space, has been widely condemned, and the Bayelsa State government has taken steps to rescue the minor from all the actors involved.
Already invited the community leaders, CDC chairman, the man himself, the 54-year-old man, the parents of the little girl, and then all the other persons that are involved. We have invited them to see how we can also wade into the matter.
Parents and guardians are advised to protect their children, while increased awareness of the provisions of the Child Rights Act is advocated.
Wonders, they say, shall never end. I hope the relevant authorities will get to the root of this matter. It was a moment of sorrow as the remains of the late Chief Edwin Ugwagu Nwachukwu was laid to rest at his country home, Amofia Imezi Afa, in Udi local government area of Enugu State. Chidi Okorafor captured the sights and sounds of the event for Sunday Rendezvous.
In a sermon at an open-air mass titled The Mystery of Death, Father Godwin Onwodinjo of Somaskan Fathers, Nigerian delegation, Albania, noted that late Chief Edwin Ugwagunwachuku lived a fulfilled life and enjoined the family and Christians not to mourn like people without hope.
Death is something that each and every one of us will undergo. But death is not the end of human life. It is simply a transformation of our existence.
The wife, children, and in-laws to the deceased record the virtues of their loved one.
My husband lived the exemplary life. He showed people how to accommodate. He always wanted to fight for people.
I would remember him for so many things. The way he addresses issues, the way he talks to people, the way he talk to people, and the way he relates to people.
My dad was a brave man, a man of character, a man of integrity, a man of his word, a man who stood by the truth.
Zonal Director, NT Enugu Network Center, Wad Elobike, led the 1986 set and other old girls of Point School Enugu to identify with the daughter of the deceased.
To identify with our classmate, Mrs. Geraldine Onwudinjo, whose father is being buried today. And even though she's unavoidably absent, we know that the least we can do is to be here.
Because of our relationship with her, we have to be here to represent her in the burial of her father, Chief Edwin Nwachukwu.
Late Chief Edwin Ugwagu Nwachukwu, the Omugu one of Afa, was later interred in his hometown, Amofia Imezi Afa, in Udi local government area, amidst tears from family, relatives, and sympathizers. The deceased, who was presented as the traditional ruler of his community, though not coronated till his death, hence the title, His Royal Choosing Majesty, was a devoted Christian and served his community and humanity in so many ways. Aged 88 and a retired staff of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, late Chief Edwin Ugwagu Nwachukwu is survived by his wife, children, and grandchildren.
May God bless and accept his soul. Amen. We are at the finish line now, and so this is where we call it a day on this week's edition of Sunday Rendezvous. We thank you so much for being a part of it. Good night and stay blessed.